What is going on, you guys? In today's episode of NFL schedule predictions, we have the Green Bay Packers.
Alright, the big announcement. We are moving to Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'm going, where's Wisconsin?
Ooh, this is going to be a good one. We got Green Bay. We got one of the league's cornerstone franchises. After finally handing the keys to the franchise over to Jordan Love, the Packers have not looked back. This guy has been good. Their team is absolutely stacked, and they've put together a couple good years of success. In 2024, they went 11-6. This year, the odds makers have Green Bay going 9-5. So I'm going to go ahead and break this team down piece by piece and give you my assessment of where I think they're going to go in the 2025 NFL season. Starting off, this team has made a lot of buzz around the NFL. They've had a very productive offseason, or counterproductive, depending on how you look at it. I think they now have probably the deepest wide receiver core in the NFL. But on the other side of the ball, their secondary is really concerning, especially after losing Jair Alexander to the Baltimore Ravens. So going over their draft, the Packers actually went ahead and took a wide receiver with their first pick for the first time since 2002. It's been 23 years. They finally went ahead and did it. In typical Packers fashion, they went ahead and took the guy that I wanted the Cowboys to get, and they drafted Matthew Golden out of Texas. Golden was my second favorite wide receiver coming out of the draft. Golden has a great scenario. He already gets added to one of the deepest wide receiver cores in the league. I know he's going to show some success early in his rookie season. The Packers also drafted Anthony Belton in the second round. This is to address their offensive line. They went ahead and lost some guys from last season, but they went ahead and repaired some of their trenches. They also took Savion Williams, wide receiver out of TCU. This guy's really good. He's huge. I think he's like 6'5". The guy's going to be a freak. Also joining a stacked wide receiver room. And they took Barron Sorrell out of Texas. I think this guy kind of fell under a lot of the team's radar going in the fourth round. So Savion and Matthew Golden are both getting added to this wide receiver room that consists of Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, Dontavian Wicks, and they just picked up Mecole Hardman this offseason. None of the guys individually, I would say, is a top 10 wide receiver even, but collectively, this unit is scary. One unit that isn't scary after losing Jair Alexander is their DBs. So at cornerback, now they got Nate Hobbs from the Raiders. This guy's going to be pretty good. They can plug him in week 1. He's going to start for them. They also have Nixon and Valentine, but that whole cornerback trio isn't anywhere near the top of the league. I would lean towards it being a liability. They have Xavier McKinney, the first team All-Pro, at their safety position, but they just had to start Bullard last year, who they just drafted. The guy wasn't amazing. So you have a lot of holes in the secondary, especially if your top guys on the outside there get injured. This defense might be screwed. I really like this Packers team in the trenches. They got Belton because they lost Andre Dillard and Josh Myers in the offseason. They went ahead and picked up some offensive linemen in free agency, also in the draft. They drafted Barron Sorrell to join this defensive line. I think they're pretty deep as well. You got guys like Lucas Van Ness, Rashawn Gary, Kenny Clark. You got my guy, Edgerrin Cooper out of A&M. He was pretty solid his rookie year. So I really like this defensive line and linebacking core. They picked up Isaiah Simmons this offseason. Now, to be honest, this guy never lived up to his hype as the 8th overall pick there at Arizona. Hopefully he can turn his career around here in Green Bay. They lost Eric Wilson, but in total, I think that linebacker crew can still stick together and perform solidly in the front 7 of this defense. And the last position group we need to address is running back. They lost A.J. Dillon, so we're not going to be able to see any of that 1-2 punch combo that they had with him and Josh Jacobs on the roster. I would expect to see Josh Jacobs take the vast majority of the handoffs. The guy's still great. I think he's still a Pro Bowl caliber running back. In total, I have high hopes for this offense. So yeah, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the schedule prediction. Week 1, we have a pretty interesting one. This is a home game versus Detroit. This is in division. Last year, the Packers were horrible in their division. They got swept by both Detroit and Minnesota and lost their last game to the 5-12 Bears. I'm sure that's going to be a huge focal point coming into this season. You got to win your divisional games. I think the Packers start this year off right and actually win this game at home versus Detroit. I don't think they're so lucky going into this Thursday night football game against Washington. This is a short rest week. I could see the Packers winning this one if you compare Washington's run game to that front 7 of Green Bay. This should be a pretty tight one. I don't think Washington's going to run away with it, but I do have the Commanders winning this week 2 matchup on the road in Green Bay. Go ahead and give me the Commanders. Okay, now going on the road in Cleveland should be pretty easy. I think the Green Bay Packers are going to be able to get that one done in week 3. But this week 4 game on Sunday night against Dallas is where I could expect to see some mishaps. That could just be me being a delusional Cowboys fan. But if I'm being totally realistic, Green Bay has owned the Cowboys in recent years. So I'm going to go ahead and say that that trend continues. Give me the Packers on the road in Dallas. This is going to be going into an early week 5 bye week. Now, coming out of that bye week, this is an interesting one. This is going to be the game where we could see Green Bay's defense get absolutely exposed. You got the best wide receiver duo in the league, along with one of the top quarterbacks, Joe Burrow. I think they are going to be able to take the top off this Green Bay defense. It really just depends on how Green Bay's offense responds. I like Cincinnati in this game, but I would not be shocked to see Green Bay come away with this one. For right now, we're going to go ahead and give the Bengals a win in Green Bay. All right, in week 7, we have a pretty good one. This is on the road in Arizona. NFC matchup here, you got Kyler Murray versus Jordan Love. Should be a pretty good one. I have Green Bay winning this one on the road. And that's going into this game that NFL fans, the schedule makers, the script writers cannot wait for. We have the Aaron Rodgers versus Green Bay matchup that we've all been waiting for. I'll go ahead and get it out of the way now. This is the #1 rigged game of the year. If the schedule makers were ever able to get their greasy hands on a football game, it would be this one. I think you'd be a fool to say Pittsburgh on paper is a better team than Green Bay, but because they want to push the narrative that Aaron Rodgers is going on his revenge tour, I think they're going to give Pittsburgh the win here on Sunday Night Football. If you don't think there's some slight rigging going on here, then this being a Sunday Night Football game will tell you anything. This schedule came out weeks before Aaron Rodgers was ever fully committed to going to the Steelers. In any other universe, this game would never be primetime football. Green Bay on the road at Pittsburgh, but I think they already knew Aaron Rodgers was going to go there. They need ratings in the middle of the season here. Go ahead and give me Aaron Rodgers to take down his former team in Green Bay. And everyone, go ahead and prepare your Instagram and Twitter feeds, because all you're going to be seeing for the next 48 hours after this one is Aaron Rodgers' face posted all over your phone. Sounds pretty disgusting if you ask me, but we'll go ahead and give Pittsburgh this one. And at this point, Green Bay's pissed off that the NFL just did that to them. I see Green Bay taking their anger out here on the Panthers. Go ahead and give me Green Bay at home versus Carolina. Don't need to explain myself too much on that one. But this Monday Night Football game could be a shocker. I have Philadelphia on upset alert here. Go ahead and give me the Packers on Monday Night Football. This is a home game in Green Bay. I know it's a tall task. The likelihood is pretty slim, but for some reason my gut is telling me the Packers are going to be taking care of the Eagles on this day. All right, and as we continue on to the back half of the schedule, we have a Week 11 road game. This is against the Giants. The Giants have got a little bit better this offseason getting Russell Wilson. I still don't think they have what it takes to beat one of the top contenders here in the NFC. Go ahead and give me Green Bay in this one. I also like Green Bay at home versus Minnesota. Go ahead and give the Packers their 4th win in a row. Now, that 4th win in a row comes at a pretty good time here, because out of their last 6 games, 4 of them are on the road, and all 4 of those teams could easily be playoff contending teams this season. Starting up, go ahead and give me a loss here on the road in Detroit. I don't think Green Bay gets lucky twice. Give me the Lions in this matchup. And then give me the Packers in this one. This is a home game for them against the Bears. I really like what the Bears got building over there. The Packers should be worried for these next few years coming up, but for right now, I do like them in the home game against Chicago. Go ahead and give me Green Bay. Followed up by one of those tough road games that I was talking about. This is on the road in Denver late in the season. I like the Broncos in this one. Go ahead and give me Denver, handing Green Bay their 5th loss of the season. And because I like Ben Johnson and what they got going on in Chicago, go ahead and give me Chicago in their home game against the Packers. So going on a loss streak here is pretty rough. The Packers cannot afford this if they want to win the North. You're in a stacked division that could easily have 3 playoff teams. I don't like them at home against Baltimore. Lamar Jackson always shits on NFC teams. Go ahead and give me the Ravens, handing the Packers their 3rd straight loss going into Week 18. So So after that brutal 3-game stretch, I think the Packers flick down on their left stick and hit the stumble recovery button. I think they win the last game of the year, sweeping Minnesota and wrapping up this schedule with a 10-7 record. So my final prediction for this Green Bay Packers team is 10-7. I think more than likely they're going to finish second there in the NFC North. I'm not saying they couldn't win the division, and I'm not saying there's a world that doesn't exist out there where they finish last, but you never know what could happen there in the North. This could be the NFL's best division this year. As it relates to Vegas's line of 9.5 wins, go ahead and give me the over for Green Bay in 2025. So it physically hurt to make that video. I hate the Packers. I always have, but I can't deny that they are one of the NFC's best teams right now. If you guys would, please go ahead and leave me your comments down below. Let me know what y'all think. Did I predict this schedule right? Give me y'all's predictions. Please give me a like and a subscribe on this video, and we'll go ahead and see you guys in the next video. We have the Houston Texans. We'll see you guys. I'm out.